Hey you guys, it's me Kiana coming at you today, and right now I'm just going ahead and just eat my seeds while I'm talking to y'all. Y'all already know how we do. Nothing new. Eating my PM snack. So I wanted to come to you guys and finish talking about some of the things that a lot of people don't understand, or not really understand. A lot of people don't know about the Atkins diet. Now, this is specifically, like I said, geared towards my many subbies that are now embarking on the Atkins diet or low carb diet after seeing my results and stuff like that. Um, whether you're on it or not, or whether you're just curious, whether you're checking it out, whether you're in induction phase already and you've been doing it for a couple of days, I'm doing these videos so that we can go back on it and have something to reference. And also I'm doing them because um, you know, I think that people make better decisions and better choices and can handle things better if in fact they are already aware of certain things that they're going to have to endure. That way when it comes up you're like, oh okay, Kiana was talking about that, moving on next. You see what I'm saying? So I wanted to talk about constipation. Guess what? You may get constipation, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's only, see, all the things that you get wrong on Atkins, all the things that you get as a side effect on Atkins, is because of A, you've already done years of damage. That's why you go through the withdrawal symptoms once you're first on, excuse me, Atkins in the induction phase and stuff. So you, in essence, cause that on yourself, or B, you're doing something wrong currently in the diet. Now, let me explain some of the reasons why you may get constipation. I remember when I first started Atkins a long time ago, a whole 3 months and 5 days, right? It was at times that, of course I was going through the learning stage of what works for my body, because reading the book, you guys, or reading any book or Googling or all that kind of stuff means nothing until you find out what actually, you try to implement those things and find out which ones of those things work and don't work for you. Are you understanding? So, like I said, Atkins diet is an opportunity for you to actually get to know your body internally. All the organs that we ignore, like our kidneys and our lungs and all of that, and our fat cells and our large and small intestines, all of these things you're going to get to know just automatically with going through the process of learning Atkins. Okay? Because Atkins in itself is a scientific way of eating all day long. The reason why is because you're learning what to put in, what not to put in, why to put those things in, how those things burn, what times those things burn, how often you need to fuel them, what your body in itself is fueling off of. So this is why I'm saying that you're going to learn these things regardless of whether you want to or not. You're going to learn them by just rolling with the punches of the Atkins program and actually being informed about it. In order to be successful at it, you have to be informed. So as saying that, if you're on the Atkins program and knowing that you have to be informed to even know what you can eat and what you can't, you're going to automatically learn these things about yourself. So, what I did while I was in the stage of learning what works inside my body, I've noticed that there'll be times that I would cheat myself. And I wouldn't cheat on the diet, meaning that I would go off of the food that was supposed to be for the diet. I wouldn't do that. I never strayed off of that, nor have I ever strayed to this point. But what I did was, I would say, almost in a sense, look around and be like, nobody's looking, so I'm not going to drink no water. I'm not going to eat as much vegetables a day. And sometimes, because we're so programmed to think that less eating is what makes us lose more, and we're so programmed that we have to deprogram ourselves. And with this deprogramming process, we're going to make mistakes by going back to our old way of thinking. In fact, our old way of thinking is what actually helped make us fat. So when I would have those moments where I would go back to my old way of thinking, it would be times where I wouldn't eat as much vegetables. Or maybe I wouldn't eat as much broccoli or cauliflower. Because I like, especially back then. I like it now, but when it was like 2 months ago where literally I was craving it like crazy. I was craving it like it was candy, you guys. Raw vegetables. Broccoli and cauliflower was my thing. And you guys remember by looking at my video, those of you who followed me this long, you guys remember when I used to really crave that. Okay, and I've expressed that, and that's one of the good things that you can do when you log this stuff. You can go back and actually see things like this. But I actually craved it like crazy, and then it would be sometimes because of my old way of thinking from many years of being drilled certain things on low caloric diets and stuff like that, and just all types of diets in general, diet pills, you know, all different types of diets. You know, I would go back to that old way of thinking and just skip maybe a few vegetables. Or maybe I said, you know what, I'm not going to eat any vegetables today. I'm going to use my carbs that I'm allotted and eat maybe more sunflower seeds. Or be able to eat more sauce. Or be able to eat maybe a sugar-free popsicle. Are you understanding what I'm saying? So, the mistake you'll do, and the mistake a lot of people that are uninformed trying to attempt the Atkins diet, they make this mistake in thinking that, okay, well, I'm allotted this amount of carbs, right? Say, hypothetically, it's 25. I'm allotted 25 carbs. So, I'm going to spend, let me see the back of these Doritos. Oh, 14 carbs per serving? I'm going to eat me one serving of those Doritos, and I'm going to eat some sunflower seeds for the rest. And then I'm just going to eat meat or eggs today. Yes, you can do it and still lose weight. I'm going to be honest with you. You can do it and still lose weight. Why? Because you're still counting that carb count and you're still keeping it at a minimum, which is the recommended amount, and you're still not exceeding that amount. But what it does is, even though you'll lose, it will still affect your body in certain ways. And one of those ways, as I stated in the beginning of the video, is constipation. If you skip on those vegetables and use those allotted carbs for other things to be able to indulge in that maybe you shouldn't indulge in, even though the carb count you're making sure it's at a minimum, it still isn't the best choice for you. You understand what I'm saying? So if you do that and you skip on those vegetables, you guys, and you don't use up your allotted carbs on vegetables, preferably green leafy vegetables and vegetables high in fiber to keep you extra full and also keep you regular, you will experience constipation. I know firsthand, okay? And what I did was, the next few days, I made sure I did not stray off of those vegetables. I made sure that I continued to eat them. I made sure that I even bumped up the count. Still maintaining my allotted carbs, but bumped up the count of veggies that I ate. Maybe that took, for the next 2 days, me not eating anything that had extra carbs in it besides my veggies and my protein. That may mean that I had to go a couple of days without sunflower seeds. Why? Because even though it's only 2 carbs per serving of sunflower seeds, even though it's only 2 grams per serving, those 2 grams I could have had maybe in, you know, a portion of broccoli or whatever. So what I did was I made sure those next few days I got my body internally back on track. And that's how you eliminate the constipation without having to take any pills or anything like that. You also have to keep in mind that you have to not only watch your vegetable intake and make sure that you include that every single day, but you also have to make sure that you take a multivitamin. As for me, I just went to Dollar General, got me what was equivalent to the Centrum Complete, but I got the Dollar General brand, $2. It lasts me for 2 months, every day taking one. That's make sure that you supplement anything that's missing in your diet at any given time. If you are one that maybe make mistakes like I did in the beginning that caused me to have the constipation and skipped vegetables sometimes, then you're going to still be nourished properly, because that vitamin is going to be your backup. That vitamin is going to be your safety net. Okay? So make sure that you buy a multivitamin. It's only going to cost you like $2 at Dollar General or Walmart. And also make sure any other additional vitamins that you may take, look at the carb count. Yes, you have to look at the carb count for Halls, um, any kind of eucalyptus, like sucress, anything like that. It has carbs in it. I don't care if it's sugar free. I don't care if it's the regular Halls or whatever. Look at the carb count of them. The reason why, and even I've even had, because I got it on couponing one time, it was called Fiber Choice Weight Management. These little they big, about that big, and they're chewable tablets. They have like 6 grams of carbs in them. So you want to make sure whatever you're putting in your mouth, you guys, no matter what it is, no matter how healthy it may seem, check the carb count. You know, who would think that Halls, when you have a cold, who would think that Halls, you need to restrict your Halls that you may eat? Who would think that? But see, again, you're going to learn, and it's going to become natural to you to notice every single thing that you're eating. And that's a drastic change coming from people that have never worried about what they ate, or have never counted anything, or who have never restricted themselves, and then going to the other spectrum of counting everything and noticing everything and learning everything about your body internally. It's a big difference. It's a big gap. But guess what? The beauty in it is that this is a natural process, and you will learn it naturally. It will come. So don't get overwhelmed. Don't think that you have to be a genius at anything. Don't think that you had to read 1,010 books to be knowledgeable, because I haven't. But these things come natural. And it also comes natural with your true desire. If you have a true desire to do this, if you have a true desire to maintain, if you have a true desire not to stray, then again, these things will naturally come. So on that note, you guys, I thank you for bearing with me for doing so many videos. But I wanted to do these videos as a series, again, so that we all can reference them. It will help someone, somewhere, at some point of their diet, whether that's low carb or regular diets. And also it can encourage you. It encourages people to see people that look like them. It encourages people to know that, hey, she is bigger than me and she's doing it. It encourages people to know that, you know what, I don't have to give in and give up. It encourages people in all avenues and all diets to see people just making it. Doesn't matter the vehicle we drive, as I always said, as long as we reach the destination on time. That's all. That's all that matters. So, on that note, you guys, again, I thank you so much. I hope this has helped you. And if you ever need me at any time, everybody knows this, but my passion is to help people. My calling is to help people, and this is one of the vehicles I use to do so. So if you need me, you know where to find me. On that note, you all be blessed and have a good night.